Alright YouTube, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday, February 25th, and today I've got another AFL Future bet for you. If that sounds interesting and you're enjoying the content, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future picks. Alright, enough of that, let's jump right into it. In today's video, we are diving into an AFL Future bet that has got a lot of people talking. I'm predicting that both the Western Bulldogs and Adelaide Crows will miss out on the top 8 this year. You heard me right, these two teams might be in for a tough season ahead. Now, I know this might be controversial, but let me break down why I think this is the most likely outcome. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll see why I'm putting my money on this bet, 2 units to be exact. Let's kick things off with the Western Bulldogs. Now, this is a team that made the finals last year, but I'm not buying into the hype for 2025. Sure, they finished in the top 8 last season, but let's not forget that they only snuck in because a few other teams failed to meet expectations. A lot of things broke their way, and I don't see the same luck coming their way this year. First off, we've got to talk injuries. The Bulldogs are missing 2 of their key forwards for an extended period, which is a massive blow. Without Jamara Ugle-Hagan and Cody Waitman, their forward line is looking a lot thinner. Also, the Bulldogs just don't have the pace to match the top-tier teams in the league. There's a distinct lack of speed compared to the competition's elite midfielders, and that's going to hurt them when they come up against the likes of Sydney, Greater Western Sydney and Brisbane. You can have a good midfield, but without that pace, you're going to struggle to break through teams with quick ball movement. Now, they do have a decent defense, but it's also not enough to make up for the pressure that will come from an unbalanced team. With the ball coming in thick and fast, no defense is invincible, and that's what I see happening with the Bulldogs. Plus, they lost some important players during last year's trade period. That loss of experience and talent will definitely sting. They may have had a good run last year, but I don't see them getting the same level of luck again this season. I'm expecting them to hover around that 8th to 12th position and just missing out on the finals. Let's take a look at their projected 22 for the first game of the season. You can pause it here if you like. Now, let's talk about the Adelaide Crows. I just don't see them having a great year either. Sure, they've got some exciting young talent, but the thing is, they are still very inexperienced. It's a rebuilding phase, and I think they've still got a long way to go before they can seriously challenge for the finals. Adelaide's midfield is alright, but they just don't have that top-tier pace to match the game's best midfields. Teams like Sydney, Greater Western Sydney, and Brisbane are going to outpace them. That lack of speed is going to really hurt them in the tougher matchups. And speaking of weaknesses, their defense is average at best. They've got a couple of good players, but overall, they're not going to be able to contain the firepower of top teams, especially if they are under constant pressure. If their midfield can't get on top, the defense is going to be exposed. Up forward, it's also a bit of a mixed bag. Darcy Fogarty is a promising forward, no doubt, but he can go missing at times. Tex Walker is getting older, and it's tough to rely on him to carry the forward line by himself. Then we have Riley Thilthorpe, who's still young and learning the ropes. He's got potential, but I don't see him being the kind of player who can dominate week in and week out just yet. It's hard to see how Adelaide can break into the top 8. Yes, they might have an easier fixture, but I still think they'll fall short. They've got a lot to learn before they can truly compete with the best teams. Let's take a look at their projected 22 for the first game of the season. You can pause it here if you like. And there you have it for the Western Bulldogs and Adelaide Crows. I'm predicting that they'll miss out on the top 8 this season. Too many gaps, too many questions. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree with my predictions, or do you think one of these teams will surprise us? Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more AFL content. Keep on smashing those bookies, and I'll catch you next time.